Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you is the reason some people effortlessly rise in life, while others work themselves into the ground and still stay stuck. If you've ever wondered why certain people attract success, opportunities, money, relationships, and influence with almost no visible struggle, while others grind every day and get nowhere, the Stoics would say it's because they're playing a different game. A quieter game, a psychological game, a game most people don't even know exists. Your competitor isn't beating you because they're smarter. They're beating you because they understand the inner laws of attraction and power, the ones Marcus Aurelius wrote about in his private journal, the ones Seneca passed to his students, the ones Epictetus taught behind closed doors. And if you stay for the next few minutes, I'm going to give you every single one of those rules, step by step, in a way that instantly shifts how you move, how you think, and how success responds to you. Right now, you're one mindset away from becoming the person success naturally gravitates toward. So if you're ready to transform, if you want life to start moving toward you instead of you endlessly chasing after it, stay with me. This might be the most important message you hear all year. Let's begin. Rule 1. Desire without desperation. The art of wanting without needing. Here's the truth almost nobody understands. You don't attract from hunger. You attract from fullness. Desperation repels. Calm confidence pulls. Epictetus, a former slave who rose to become a revered philosopher, said wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. He wasn't saying don't desire. He was saying desire without gripping. Most people don't want success. They need it. They tie their self-worth to outcomes. And this creates anxious energy that pushes everything good away. Think of someone desperate in a relationship. The insecurity, the overthinking, the tension. That energy repels. Success works the same way. When you operate from need, you make decisions from fear.
You chase opportunities that aren't aligned.
You accept less than you deserve. You compromise your values. You move too fast. You sabotage yourself with anxiety. But when you operate from desire without desperation, everything changes. You become selective. You become patient. You become clear. You become magnetic. The Stoics practiced what they called preferred indifference. I want this. I will work toward this. But my peace does not depend on it. This is psychological freedom, and paradoxically it's also the fastest route to receiving what you want. Because when your mind unclenches, you make clearer decisions. You see opportunities you were blind to. You stop sabotaging. You stop rushing. You stop operating from fear. Let me tell you what this looks like in real life. Two people walk into a job interview. One needs the job desperately. Bills are piling up, confidence is low, fear is radiating. The other wants the job, but knows they'll be fine either way. Calm, present, confident. Who gets hired? The one who didn't need it? Because neediness creates pressure, and pressure distorts everything. Your voice, your energy, your presence. Practice this today. Hold the desire in your mind, then whisper the Stoic invocation, this or something better. It removes pressure, it releases grip, it makes space for bigger possibilities. You're telling the universe, I'm open, I'm ready. But I'm not collapsing if this doesn't come. That energy, that's what success responds to. Type this in the comments to anchor it. I desire without desperation. Rule 2. Present moment magnetism. The power that exists only here. Most people live everywhere except the only place power exists, the present moment. They relive mistakes. They fantasize about future success. They daydream, worry, fear, spiral, compare. Their body is here. Their mind is somewhere else. And because of that, they miss everything. Seneca said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence on the future." Because the present moment is where your mind is sharpest, where decisions are wise, where timing becomes natural, where intuition speaks. When you are deeply present, opportunities reveal themselves. A comment someone makes that sparks an idea, a chance alignment you would have missed, a path you didn't notice before, a person you were meant to meet, a solution that suddenly becomes obvious. But if your mind is in yesterday or tomorrow, you miss it. Presence is a superpower. Think of the most magnetic people you've ever met. They look you directly in the eye. They are fully here. They're not rushing. They're not fragmented. They're not checking their phone. They radiate calm attention. That is presence. And presence is attractive. Why? Because in a world where everyone is distracted, attention is the rarest gift you can give. And when you give it to yourself, when you are fully present in your own life, you become powerful. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." Not because the future doesn't matter, but because the future is built in the present. Every decision you make right now creates your tomorrow. Every action you take right now compounds into your future. Every moment you're distracted right now is a moment stolen from your destiny. So stop waiting for life to get better someday. Stop thinking, "I'll be happy when." Be here, fully, now, because this moment, this exact moment, is the only one you have. Practice 3 times today. Pause for 20 seconds. Notice 3 things you can see, 2 things you can hear, 1 thing you can physically feel. You just return to the throne of your mind, and from that throne, you rule your reality. Rule 3. The wisdom of accepted resistance. The obstacle is the path. Marcus Aurelius wrote the most famous Stoic line of all. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. But this isn't poetry. This is formula. Life doesn't give you resistance to stop you. It gives resistance to shape you. Think about the strongest people you know. They didn't become strong from ease. Their resilience is forged, their clarity is forged, their maturity is forged, their wisdom is forged. Iron doesn't become a sword without fire. You don't become powerful without pressure. When you resist reality, you suffer. When you accept resistance, you evolve. The mindset shift is this: what if this obstacle exists for me, not against me? Epictetus taught that nature is like a sculptor. It chips you into form. When something goes wrong, ask, what is this training me for? Because every obstacle refines rejection, thicker skin, delay, patience, failure, wisdom, loss, arrow, empathy, chaos to discipline, betrayal, discernment, struggle, arrow, strength. This is the power of amor fati, love of fate. Not blind acceptance, not passive surrender, but active collaboration with reality. Most people fight life. They complain when things don't go their way. They blame circumstances. They waste energy resisting what already is. But the Stoics understood something profound. What you resist persists. What you accept transforms. Let me give you an example. Imagine you lose your job. You can spend months angry, bitter, resentful, fighting reality. Or you can accept it instantly and ask, What door just opened?
One path keeps you stuck. The other path creates possibility.
And the moment you stop resenting resistance and start learning from it, life becomes easier. Not because obstacles disappear, but because you stop interpreting them as proof you're failing. They're proof you're being sharpened. Every setback is a setup. Every delay is protection. Every no is a redirection toward a bigger yes. But you only see this when you stop fighting. Comment this to anchor it. I grow through resistance. Rule 4. Claim your inner authority. Stop letting life control your emotions. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Your emotions shape your perception shapes your actions shape your destiny. Which means the one who controls their inner world controls their outer world. Most people live as psychological puppets. Someone criticizes them. Mood collapses. Money dips. Confidence collapses.
Someone doesn't reply. Self-worth collapses.
A plan fails. Identity collapses.
This is slavery to circumstance.
Stoics believe emotional stability is success's foundation. Why? Because success requires clear decision-making, long-term thinking, consistency, discipline, resilience, courage, patience. You cannot build these traits if your emotions are tossed by waves. Think of two entrepreneurs. One has a bad day and spirals, stops working, doubts everything, considers quitting. The other has a bad day and continues, because they know emotions are temporary, but their vision is permanent. Who succeeds? The one who didn't let feelings dictate action. This doesn't mean suppress your emotions. It means don't be controlled by them. Feel them, acknowledge them, then choose your response. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Most people try to control everything except the one thing they actually can control: their reaction. They can't control the economy. They can't control other people. They can't control unexpected events. But they can control how they respond, and that response determines everything. Practice. Before reacting, ask, who is in charge right now, me or my fear? Then respond only when the answer is me. This is emotional leadership, and leaders attract opportunities because people don't follow chaos. They follow calm. They follow certainty. They follow someone who is unshaken. Become that person and watch how differently life responds to you. Rule 5. Strategic non-action. The power of knowing when to wait. The Stoics weren't anti-action. They were anti-frantic action. There are two types of action, forced and aligned. Forced action. You push even when signs say stop. You act from fear.
You are scattered.
You overexert. You burn out. You get mediocre results.
Aligned action.
You act when timing is right. You are present. You are calm. You are precise. You conserve energy. You get exponential results. Success is not a constant sprint. It is a series of well-timed moves. Think of a chess master. He doesn't make 50 random moves. He waits for the exact right move. Then he strikes. One precise action beats 1,000 chaotic ones. Seneca wrote, "Nothing is more harmful to good character than sitting at a show." But he wasn't talking about entertainment. He was talking about distraction. Constant noise that keeps you from thinking clearly. Most people are addicted to motion. They mistake busyness for productivity. They mistake exhaustion for progress. But the Stoics understood. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing. Wait, observe, let clarity emerge. Strategic non-action is the courage to wait when waiting is wise.
It's saying no to opportunities that don't align. It's refusing to force outcomes. It's trusting that the right moment will reveal itself.
This isn't laziness. This is wisdom. Practice. If you feel foggy, unclear, or pressured, stop. Take 3 breaths. Ask, what would the calm version of me do right now? Do only that. Everything unnecessary falls away, and what remains? Pure, aligned action. That's where power lives.
Rule 6. Gratitude as a magnet.
The frequency that attracts more. Gratitude is not be nice. Gratitude is frequency. Seneca said that gratitude is one of the highest virtues because it aligns the mind with abundance instead of scarcity. When you're grateful for what you already have, you shift psychologically into a state of expansion. Why does this matter? Because your brain can only see what it is trained to look for. If you constantly look for what's missing, your mind filters the world for scarcity. If you look for what's present, your mind filters the world for opportunity. Gratitude changes your perceptual world. 2 people can have the exact same life and experience it completely differently. One focuses on what's missing and feels poor, stuck, frustrated. The other focuses on what's present and feels abundant, grateful, energized. Same life, different lens, different reality. The Stoics practiced negative visualization, imagining losing everything they had. Not to be pessimistic, but to appreciate what was already there. Marcus Aurelius would remind himself, when you wake up in the morning, remember what a privilege it is to be alive. To breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Because gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a practice, it's a discipline, it's a magnet. When you appreciate what you have, more comes, not because the universe rewards you, but because you train your mind to see opportunity. Practice. Every night, write 3 things you appreciated today, big or small. This rewires the brain to notice opportunity, and opportunity only appears to those trained to see it. This one habit, 5 minutes before bed, will change your life in ways you can't imagine yet.
Because you become what you focus on.
Focus on lack, you attract lack. Focus on abundance, you attract abundance. Choose wisely. Rule 7. Emotional sovereignty. Master your reactions. Master your reality. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Your emotional reactions are powerful creators. If you let fear lead, you attract chaos. If you let anger lead, you attract conflict. If you let insecurity lead, you attract rejection. If you let peace lead, you attract clarity. The Stoic path is not about suppressing feelings. It is about feeling fully, without being controlled. Epictetus said emotions are like wild horses. When trained, they are powerful. When untrained, they destroy. Most people are destroyed by their own reactions. Someone insults them, they explode. Someone ignores them, they spiral. Something doesn't go as planned, they quit. But the Stoic remains calm. Not because they don't feel, but because they don't react blindly. There's a gap between stimulus and response. Someone says something hurtful. That's the stimulus. You feel anger rising. That's the feeling. But what happens next is your choice. Do you react immediately? Lash out? Burn bridges? Say things you regret? Or do you pause? Breathe, process, respond with intention. That pause is power. Practice. When emotion rises, don't react. Label it.
I feel anger. I feel fear. I feel sadness.
Labeling instantly gives you distance.
It transforms you from someone drowning in emotion to someone observing emotion.
Then ask, what action aligns with who I want to become? This is emotional sovereignty. This is power. Because the world doesn't respond to your feelings, it responds to your actions, and your actions determine everything. Rule 8. The philosophy of enough. The paradox that creates abundance. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." When you crave more, you operate from lack. When you appreciate what you have, you operate from abundance. And abundance attracts abundance.
The Stoics believed that enough is a psychological state, not a financial one.
You know why wealthy people become wealthier?
Because they are not chasing from emptiness. They are moving from vision, not hunger.
They don't need the next deal. They want it, but they're fine without it. And that energy creates better deals. And think about it. When you're desperate for money, you accept bad opportunities. When you're financially calm, you choose strategically.
When you're desperate for love, you tolerate mistreatment. When you're emotionally full, you attract respect.
When you're desperate for validation, you dim your truth. When you're self-assured, you shine naturally. Everything improves when you stop operating from lack. But here's the trap most people fall into. They think they need more money to feel abundant. They think they need more success to feel confident. They think they need more validation to feel worthy. But it works the opposite way. Feel abundant first, then abundance comes. Feel confident first, then success comes. Feel worthy first, then validation comes. This isn't fake it till you make it. This is internal alignment. Practice. Before buying something, ask, does this expand my life or numb my life? This question alone can save you from years of material distraction, because most people are buying things they don't need to impress people they don't like with money they don't have. The Stoics lived simply, not because they were poor, but because they knew that wanting less is more powerful than having more. When you're content with less, you're free. When you need more, you're enslaved. Choose freedom.
Rule 9. Radical authenticity.
Stop diluting yourself.
Marcus Aurelius warned in Meditations to stop obsessing over what others think, because it is a trap that steals your life. Authenticity is a magnet. Pretending is a repellent. When you hide who you are, success meant for the real you cannot find you.
Every time you betray your truth to impress others, you drift further away from your path. Think about how exhausting it is to pretend.
Agreeing when you disagree. Laughing at jokes that aren't funny.
Hiding your opinions, shrinking your personality,
Performing for approval.
It's exhausting, and it's ineffective.
because people can sense inauthenticity. They might not consciously know, but they feel it.
And it repels them.
Stoic authenticity means speak honestly, act from your values, choose what aligns with your nature, reject what violates your inner compass. This isn't rebellion, this is integrity. Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Meaning, stop performing, stop seeking approval, stop diluting your truth. Be who you are, fully, unapologetically, consistently, and watch what happens. The wrong people leave, the right people arrive, opportunities align, life flows. Because when you're authentic, you're on your path, and your path has everything you need on it. Practice. Say no once today, where you normally say yes. Feel the power return to your body. That's what authenticity feels like. Reclaiming yourself. Rule 10. Trust. Divine timing. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you." And the Stoics believe deeply in a rational order of the universe. This is not passive waiting. This is active faith. You plant the seed. You water the seed. You protect the seed. But the sun, the soil, the rain, these are not yours to command. Most people ruin their blessings by demanding them too early. They force outcomes. They rush timelines. They panic when things don't happen fast enough. But the Stoics understood. Delay is often protection. Detours are often realignment. Closed doors often hide bigger doors. Think about it. How many times have you looked back and thought, "I'm so glad that didn't work out"? The relationship that ended and saved you from the wrong person. The job you didn't get. That led you to a better one. The plan that failed. That forced you onto your real path. Life has timing, and that timing is rarely yours, but it's always perfect. Seneca wrote, "Fate leads the willing and drags the unwilling." Meaning, you can flow with life or fight it. But life moves either way. So why fight? Why stress about things you can't control? Why demand outcomes on your timeline? Why collapse when things don't happen when you want them to? Instead, trust. Do your part. Show up. Work hard. Stay consistent. Then release. Let life do what it does best. Orchestrate. Practice. Every morning, say, "I do my part. The universe does the rest." This relaxes your grip and opens life's timing. And when you stop forcing, life starts flowing. You're no longer chasing. You're becoming. And when you become the right person, the right life finds you. Not because you forced it, but because you aligned with it. Warrior. Your entire life changes the moment you stop forcing and start aligning. The ancient Stoics weren't passive, they were powerful. Not because they controlled everything, but because they stopped trying to control what never belonged to them. They controlled their mind. They controlled their reactions. They controlled their energy. And from that internal control, external success flowed. When you live by these 10 rules, you stop fighting life, and life begins working with you. Opportunities reveal themselves. People show up. Paths open. Your mind clears. Your strength rises. Success gravitates toward you. Not because you chased it, but because you became someone it chases. All you have to do is relax, trust, and receive. Type below to seal this message. I relax, I trust, and everything comes to me. And if you're ready for more ancient wisdom that actually works in the real world, if you want to keep building this unshakable internal foundation, if you're serious about becoming the person success can't ignore, subscribe to the Stoic Project. We're not here for surface-level motivation. We're here for deep transformation. Stay stoic. Stay strong. Stay open to miracles. Because they're already on their way to you.